Hi. I'm doing an update. It's been a long time. The very first thing I want to do is just give a big shout out, thank you, to Reeseman69. Just thank you. Um, I know that it was just one comment on a random video, but you checked up on me, and I appreciate that. So, let's go ahead and get into why I've been gone. Actually, let's get into the biggest thing that, of course, anybody would be wondering. Kron, what happened to your red hair? To which I must say that my job will not allow me to dye it, so this is the color that it is. Yay. Which is fine. I mean, I'm gorgeous. My hair's gorgeous. Whatever. It's great. I'm gonna be changing it when I get out of this job, but that's okay. This job has been allowing me to do something else that none of my other jobs have let me do, and so that is the update I am giving right now, and part of why I've been gone. Two part of why I've been gone. One, depression is a thing. I'm just gonna say that that is a thing, and it's awful. And I have been dealing with crippling manic depressiveness for all of my life. Uh, except I'm free from it. I haven't had depression for 7 weeks now. That is a whole other story. I will get into that at a date when I feel like getting into that. But just suffice to say, I I'm incredibly grateful and I'm so happy and I'm so thankful and I feel so amazing. And I've come to believe in myself in a way that I have never believed in myself in all 34 years of my life. I guess maybe with the exception of, um, before I was 5, I believed in myself a lot. And to be fair, I've always believed in myself enough to keep doing things, so I will give myself credit. Through extreme depression, I somehow managed to publish 4 books, which is, I think that's pretty cool. I did not manage to do the PR for them, so that's a thing. But they are fantastic books. So the second reason why I've been gone is books. I finished my novel. I finished my very first really big novel that I really want to publish. Not first novel ever. I wrote my first novel when I was like 11. But I'm not gonna try to publish that right now. That needs to be rewritten. I've rewritten it like multiple times throughout my life. It is the big. It would be like my magnum opus type series. Magnum. Can you say magnum opus for a fantasy? Whatever. Who cares? It's a series that I have been wanting to do, and it's what started all of this in the first place. I will absolutely publish that. Um, it just won't. It's there's a. I've grown enough as a writer that I might be able to tackle it after I get this trilogy done. This trilogy is about Michael, which actually, if you're wondering what is behind me, hang on, I'll show you. Michael! Oh, he's so cute. And he's so sweet. He's so not sweet. He's so not. He's really not. He becomes like he's one of the greatest heroes, but then he becomes one of the worst, or I guess greatest villains. He's really good at being a villain for a lot of years. Um, and then but I, oh my gosh, I have so much. Mm, I love Michael. I love Michael. I have a deep connection to Michael. So whew, not saying I'm gonna go off and be a villain, but I will say, never tick off a writer. Anyway, I'm kidding, I'm fine. I'm totally sweet. Look, they even got like a little halo going over me. Oh, so that's my lamp. But it does kind of look like I have a halo, so I can just be like, oh, I'm so cute. Anyway, yeah. All right, so here's some other stuff. So I know you might be looking at. I don't know if you've came in during my games thing, if you came in during my music, if you came in during my talk show question mark. um I, I used to do a lot of interviews with people. I still want to do literally all of that. My mind is all of the things. Honestly, what I want to be more than anything is a director of film and animation. uh, but even before that, even beyond that, I guess I am a storyteller, and I have been discovering myself in the best ways to tell stories. And the like music is a story medium, and games are story medium. You can tell that I really gravitate toward story-driven games or really eclectic games. I really like indie games. So I will be doing some more games. I want to do that. It's fun. I love you guys. I am amazed that anybody loved me. I really, really struggled with self-confidence, or uh, I was confident in myself, but not confident anybody else would be. Like, so the kind of depression that I dealt with, I'm just gonna go into a bit of this because I feel like it's important. Um, was that I would always, uh, I had a lot of belief in myself, and I had a lot of belief in, on the spiritual side, who God made me to be. I always felt like like me and my God would be good, but me and others wouldn't be. So I always pretty much expected people to hate me at some point. Like, that's an awful way to think, but every mistake I ever made, every every accident, every purposeful thing that I did because I was acting up, when I hurt somebody, when I accidentally hurt somebody, if I was blamed for something I didn't do, if I was blamed for something I did do, um, I would internalize everything and I would not let it go. So constantly there would be this dialogue in my head that said, "You fail, and you're always going to fail, and you're never going to do well." And um, as a storyteller, one of the biggest things was nobody's going to like your writing. Um, and even if they do, they're going to hate you. Um, so a little bit of my background is I have a spiritual background. You can tell by some of my songs that I have like Christian roots, but I don't ascribe to an extreme conservative view in regards to my Christianity. So I have I'm a lot more liberal, um, and uh, being a fantasy writer and fiction writer was not regarded well in a lot of the communities that I was growing up in and raised in. And being an actor, oh gosh, I love acting, and I can't wait to do that again. That was really fun. I loved being with Shadow Dog Productions. What's up, Dexter Goad? If you're watching this, mwah, I love you. I know you're doing your own thing. Yo, keep doing it. But Dexter was one of the first people who really believed in me beyond myself and believed in me to be a director as well, which was great. I found out I really, really loved directing. But yeah, I love acting and miss acting, and I will be going back into that as well. Um, but I say all this because those things, like acting, was viewed as lying, or taking on another persona was viewed like demonic, or um and then being a fantasy writer. Oh gosh, writing fantasy, you mentioned magic and other worlds and other religions and cultures, and oh boy. so um so yeah, I mean, I even grew up, I was raised in the 90s and early 2000s, so I went through the whole parents burning Harry Potter books because they were witchcraft, and uh, taking away all of our Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards because we didn't want demon cards, and I went through that, and so I stopped. I kept second guessing myself, so I never really knew I was going to be a writer. Like, I didn't know that I wanted to be a full-time writer, um, and I do. I finished my I There's so many reasons why. I mean, even when I stopped writing, or tried to stop writing, like, I literally tried to do everything else and I would still be writing. I never stopped. And what's more is there are so many worlds in my head and so many people, and there's another video I'm gonna post. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'm not gonna do it right now. But there's, let me just continue to speak as Kron. Uh, but there is a whole thing. I can't wait to show you guys. Like a whole, just, oh, I can't wait to show you my universes and how they connect. And I already have, like I told you, I already have 4 books out. 3 of them are Tales of Tavana, so they're written specifically by the Chronicler, which is my writing persona, the Chronicler of Worlds, basically. Um, and so a little bit about her and what she does. She's a somnambus, so that means she goes into the realm of dreams and she pulls out um, stories from the realms that she sees. She is me and I am her, but there is a thing you will be seeing on my website. And so there are certain things that are extremely canon to the stories. This is the only disclosure video that I will give about that. And so anybody who does not see this will not know. But this is the only disclosure video I'm going to give about that because going forward, I'm just going to fully be invested in presenting these worlds to you. And you will see whenever the chronicler speaks their things. You will see. I look forward to showing them to you. That was, I don't know that I meant to go that far today. And I don't even know how many people are going to be interested in that right now because most of the people, I don't even know what you're here for. I have never done well branding myself because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be all of the things, and I wasn't able to pick one. So acting, and I did modeling for a little bit. I did directing, loved that. Voice acting, loved that. Um, but storytelling. I am a storyteller. I am a visionary of huge realms and societies, and I am just obsessed. So, uh, so yeah, so that's where I've been. Okay. If you've been following me for gaming, um, I really do want to come back into gaming. It is something I enjoy doing. I don't know if it qualifies as PR, but I watch gamers. I um, love the gaming community, and I love being a gamer. So it would be nice to take some time and just game and just have fun. I probably won't be streaming anymore, simply because I can't keep in an algorithm. And I was having a lot of difficulty in streaming. I'm not sure if there's an upload speed issue. Or whatever, but I was finding difficulty on Twitch. So I still have my Twitch account, but I probably won't be on there for a little bit. So you're just gonna see posts here. I want to most likely post a video a week, which is not a lot, but I'm working on book 2. Like I finished my novel for the first one. I am currently putting out query letter after query letter after query letter, finding what is the best way to write a query letter. If you want a video on that, I will give you that. I don't know though, because I have not got one yet. Um, but I have been trying to figure that out. I don't have a huge following, so I don't know how long it will take to get an agent. I know that they want you to have like this big following, and I have only recently gotten out of my depression enough to think that I could do this. And not even just think that I can. I've known that I can. I just wasn't able to commit. I was so afraid of my own voice. There is a whole thing about that on my website. If you're interested, read it. It's in my blog. It's short. It's shorter than me talking right here because I talk forever and I did not script this. uh, but I love you guys. So I just want to say thank you. Anybody who is still subscribed here, let me know in the comments what you would like to see from me. I don't know if you want to see more music. I don't know if you want to see more games. I don't know if you just want to hear more about my books, because oh my gosh, I have so many universes to tell you about. I'm so excited about it. I will be posting a lot more about those that will be coming. Don't there is a okay, I said that there's going to be a follow-up video. There is. This other video you don't have to watch. It's not for you. It's literally for one person. For one person. Um, it will give you some insight on my worlds, but you're probably not going to understand anything in the video, so you don't really have to worry about it. But I do need to speak to her, so and there's no other way for me to communicate with her, so that is what that is. Anyway, um, yeah, I think that's it. Did that reach everything? Yes. Just tell me if you are actually still interested in who I am and what I do and anything like that. Just message in my little commentsies. Believe it or not, those comments are so much to me. Even just a comment that says hi is like so hype for me. But I'm happily at a spot where I don't need affirmation anymore. I 1000% believe in myself. And it's so cool. I have felt proud of myself for the first time in all of my life, holding my novel in my hands and looking at it and being like, this thing is amazing. This novel's amazing. This novel's amazing. Do you want to hear about the novel? I don't even know. I'm literally just recording this, so I don't even know how much of this you're gonna see. I'll give you a little bit. Um, so the story of Michael that you saw in the little picture, he is the child of a star and a human. I'm not gonna get into how that works, but that's a thing. So I wrote the backstory. I wrote it's a trilogy. So the first book is about his mom and what happened. The second book is about uh, just his own walk and uh, how he started off with good intentions or with decent intentions. And the third book, there are so many things in that book. Okay, the first book, I will say, I was scared to write it for a long time because there's a lot. It goes into a lot of depth. So, like there's like this whole story in the world of Riyadh where like any modern kid would know the story of how the Prince of the Stars fell in love with this maiden, this farm girl or whatever because she could sing. And it was just like, and he whisked her away into the ethereal realm or whatever. He was he was a person I want to kick in the face with a steel-toed boot. For very many reasons, I would like to destroy. Don't like him. And there are, you get to see why I don't in that book for so many reasons. Oh my gosh, so many people are not, so many people you see in the beginning of the book, you will not see in the ending of the book. I'll just say that. Yeah, so be prepared. Prepare your feelings for that. Yeah. Anyway, don't you want to read it? it is it is an incredible story though. I at every turn that I was terrified about my book and thinking somebody's gonna chuck this at a wall because of all the stuff that's happening. The people just the people in the story would amaze me. Like humans amaze me. The amount of determination and overcoming that we're capable of amazes me. And writing this book and seeing them rise above challenge after awful, awful circumstance. And uh, there's so much healing in this book that I was not prepared for. I just thought it was going to be devastation, but there's just humans are incredible. And I don't think we realize how remarkable we are. There's one line in chapter 21, it's 22 chapters. It's one line in chapter 21 that when it was said, I was like, this is the whole reason I wrote this book. I didn't know it until that moment, but that moment, this is the whole reason I wrote this book. This is the whole reason this book needs to be out. I am not tearing up. Yes, I am. Shut up. I get very invested. So, a little bit about acting. I'm very close to method. I would say method adjacent, because I create the persona in my head and then that persona lets me play them or lets me be them, but then we separate. But I become them in that moment. Uh, but I also am aware that I am becoming them. There are method actors who just so absorbed in it that I think they lose themselves to it. I think is how method works. I'm not quite that, but I am adjacent to that. And that is what happens to me when I write. These people are so real. And I know like you might hear the names of like 20 maybe 30 people. There's like a list of people that you hear the names of. Um, you won't know them, but I know 312 names. I know every single person in that city. I know how they're interconnected. I know their families and little bits of their backstories and their personalities. Like I really got to know them. Most of them aren't even there by the oh man, just you won't feel, I don't know, maybe you will. I don't know. Um, a lot of I have tested my book out on some of my friends and they have definitely felt, but I don't think they've felt this to the same degree that I did because there's just no way that I could have put all of that into that book because I could just give you what you need to get to the ending of the story. But yeah, I will definitely be writing more about all of those individuals in my blog because they existed. And because they existed and they were important, even if you didn't know their names, I am in love with them. And I hope that you get to be in love with them as well and get to see how amazing they are. All right. Okay, I am done. I have been talking for way too long. I wasn't expecting to ramble longer than 15 minutes, and here I am pushing like that 30, so let's go ahead and stop it here. But thank you for all of your support. Even if it's only five of you, even if it's only one of you, Reisman 69, like I just I'll take that one and I will appreciate every single person. And you're gonna see where I go, and I'm gonna see where I go. And I hope I can encourage a lot of people. And yeah, okay, let me stop. But you'll see more of me. I'll be here. Stay wondrous. Bye.